What's going on, everybody? Got another tutorial for you today for the Nintendo Wii. I'm going to show you how to fully replace the entire disk drive assembly. I wouldn't really even call it a disk drive because it's kind of in separate pieces. It doesn't work like a typical console. As you can see, I've already got it disassembled to a certain point. If you're not sure how to get to this point, I do have a tutorial that shows you how to open your Nintendo Wii, and I will go ahead and put a link to that in the description. So if you look down below this video, down this way, and open up the description, you'll see a little link that will take you to that video. So what we're going to do here is, first I'll start by saying this. I've already got the top part of the drive taken off. Nothing really fancy or whatever you want to say to all that. So that's been taken off. So if that's something else you're not sure about, make sure to check out that other video. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take it from here and start getting this drive out and then putting it back in partially. I'm not really going to show you as much to put it back in. I mean, I'm going to show you how to kind of get it in there and everything, but otherwise that'll be the majority of this tutorial. Alright, so what we're going to do here, we've already got this loose, as you can see. So what we're going to start out with is we're going to start by taking out these two screws right here. Those are Phillips head screws. And I'm going to kind of tip this to get those out of there so I don't lose them. Just be careful because you're probably going to have, like I am, have all those boards flopping around. Alright. Now, these are back here we've already taken out in my last tutorial, but if not, you can take those out and you actually unscrew them through the top. Now, don't just rip this off. There's a lot of ribbons underneath, so you got to be careful. I'm going to try to position this to kind of show you what I'm doing, but this is going to be kind of difficult without screwing everything up. Alright, now in there, you can see there's a bunch of ribbons. Let me see if I can get some more light in there. There we go. First one we're going to take out is the easier one. It's this little cable right here that's kind of tied together weird. And that one, because that one just kind of pops right out, and it's also the shorter one. So now that that's out, we've got a little more room. Now this one, you can't just rip this ribbon out. There's actually a little flap here, and you got to pull that little brown flap up, and then this ribbon will pop right out. And as you can see, now the drive is loose and ready to be replaced. So let me get this other drive. Well, it's actually the same drive, but we're going to pretend like this is a different drive. Voila, look, a whole new drive. Alright, so what we're going to do here, same concept, just backwards. We're going to get that ribbon, make sure that this little brown thing is pried up. We're going to get this ribbon and get it back in there. And we're going to close that little clip back up. Now after you're done, do a little wiggle. If it can move around with you just barely wiggling it, then it's not right and you have to do it again. Next we're going to put this little cable back in. Just like that. And set everything back down. Make sure you kind of got it, each little specific place locked in there, kind of, I guess. Okay. Now we're going to get two of these screws and put them back in there. It's these ones with the big washer-looking things attached to it. Kind of hard to work these in here, so it'll probably take you a try or two just to get them back to their home. Alright guys, sorry about that. You're probably going to get a little jumpiness there. I didn't realize my SD card was as full as it was. So here we are again. We had just replaced the drive, and we were putting in these 2 screws right here in front. That was the last thing I did before the SD card filled up. So I'm going to go ahead and get this last one worked in here. And if I can get it in there, of course. These right here are just flat out annoying to get them to set in there and everything else. If you've got a magnetic, if you happen to have one that's magnetic, it'd be a lot easier, but unfortunately these are not. Alright, now as far as everything else, for instance, the top of the drive shell, which has all the mechanisms in it, it's really not a whole lot to it. Just make sure that this little PCB is not underneath it, and you feed it through this little hole here, and then this you kind of just get positioned back in place right there. And that's just about it for that. You will want to put the screws and stuff back in, but I think that's all pretty obvious. You can also go ahead and stick this in here and make sure that all this stuff is working correctly, which it is. It's all moving in there correctly. Okay, and so that's pretty much it as far as just replacing your drive. There's really nothing else I could tell you about that. That's pretty much all there is to it. So I appreciate you guys watching, and make sure to subscribe, and make sure to check out my other videos, and make sure to like this video. And until next time.